Hey, Picks and Parlay family, it's me, Detroit Lenny, here with the Power Hour, Monday, August 8th. Kids are back in school here in Vegas, so got house all to myself. Before we do anything, don't forget to check out our friends over at BetMGM. What they got going on right now, sportsbook promo is when you sign up with BetMGM, the link's in the description of the video, first of all. Sign up with them. You'll get up to $1,000 risk-free on your first bet. When you do sign up, use the promo code MORNING. That'll get you that $1,000 risk-free on your first bet. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our shows, this one live or any other one. So with me today, we're going to talk Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we're going to talk some NFL MVP. So stick around for that. First, we're going to bring in Craig Trapp, the man, the myth, the legend. Boss man's in the house. Everybody sit up straight, act right. I know. You don't have to sit up straight. You sign the checks. I'm just saying. How we doing, Mr. Trapp? How's it going?
Pretty excited. This is, we're in the second full week of August, and that means NFL preseason. So towards the end of the week, we'll be having a preseason free pick every day from some of your favorite picks and parlays experts. Will be covering that. So excited to get that going. Of course, we just saw the Hall of Fame game last week, but, Hall of Fame game, we didn't see a whole lot of starters playing. We will see some starters playing week 1, week 2, maybe even some week 3. So excited to get that going. And when we start talking about these NFL win totals for these teams, it starts to get the motor running a little bit. Like you start looking ahead to the schedules. And we look at Tampa's early season, really, really tough schedule. So excited to see how these teams turn out and start placing some wagers with that risk-free $1,000 bet at BetMGM. I'll tell you how I'm going to spend it as we talk about the Tampa Bay Bucs here.
That's fair. Let's talk Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Regular season win total with BetMGM right now is at 11.5. That's where they're sitting right now. I mean, they finished with, I think, 13 wins last season. They finished 13-4. Do you think they get to that 13 number? Where are you thinking? What are you thinking with this one? Because Tampa's tricky. They're old.
Well, I mean, anytime you have Tom Brady, 40 plus right. Tom Brady is like 30 plus other quarterbacks. I mean, he's still chugging along. Still MVP type numbers last year, and was amazing in that playoff loss to the Rams, almost winning in overtime in that one. But you have to see a Tampa Bay team that continues to add veterans, because if you have Tom Brady, you're win now. I mean, there's no plan for the future. So they keep getting older, and other than Tom Brady, which you have to assume he's going to be able to keep playing at the high level, can these other guys play at that high level? To me, Leonard Fournette came in way overweight. Some of these other guys don't look quite as svelte as they have in your past, which, hey, I'm not one to judge, but we do know that does affect early season. And when you look at the Tampa Bay has a pretty tough schedule. So to me, definitely don't think they get to the 13 number of last year. I think 13-4 last year, that was pretty amazing. I think they're going to win the division, very easy division. But I think 10 or 11 wins that division. And I don't know, say, we have one team like was last year with the Packers where they're ahead of them. This is a team that I could see resting starters the last few weeks as you just try to make sure you're healthy with a veteran team like today.
Well, I know they have a tough schedule as well. I mean, they start out playing at Dallas, at New Orleans, whatever. Then they have Green Bay, Kansas City, Atlanta. Like I said, division's not too rough. Then you got to go, Pittsburgh on the road, Carolina on the road. You got to go to Baltimore, the Rams. Yeah, it's not a very easy schedule. So, I mean, I think this with the under here is where you're going here.
Yeah, because they're playing, the Bengals, they play the Browns late. So if Watson gets to play, they'll face a healthy, full-strength Browns team in theory. Obviously, they're playing the Ravens. I mean, and the Steelers, everybody knows how tough the Steelers are. So to me, very tough schedule early, too. I think this team could be 1-3 or 2-2 early. And if you're playing 11.5, not a team, saying you got to get to 12 wins. I mean, I have them at least 5 losses out there. And then there's like 3 or 4 games that I think, and, let's remember the Saints always give them trouble. Their division always gives them trouble. You're always built to beat the teams in your division. So as good as they are and as much better as advantage they have on the teams in their division, the Saints, the Falcons. But I still think those teams will probably sneak up 1 or 2 of them and upset them. So I like the under here. I like the under 11.5. I think it's going to be a year where the AFC is much tougher. Let's be honest. But the NFC, I just think that there's going to be a few teams that are ahead of them late, and they're just going to be like, hey, if we're healthy, we think we can win. We have Tom Brady. Let's play the under. I think they're going to be either 10-7 or 11-6. Both of us get us the under here, as I think the Tampa Bay Bucks going to be definitely Super Bowl contenders. Don't get me wrong there. I just think it's a team that it's kind of like the Warriors a few years back where they had Durant. It's like, hey, we don't need to win the most games. We just want to be healthy. We think we're healthy. We're going to win. I think the Bucks probably feel the same way.
Fair enough. All right, Mr. Trepp, tell us what we got going on over at Picks and Parlays. What's the football special? How do I get in? How do I get in on all these picks of yours?
Well, first of all, you can get my 5 free picks every day. So every day, if you like and subscribe or either Facebook or YouTube, you can get that every day. So you can get 5 free picks from me every day. I also have my football special up. You can either be college football or the NFL or both for just a few $100 a month. You can get in on the full season of NFL and football. Of course, you can always buy the week, month, and get all my picks because this time of year, we're going to have football and baseball still. And then, of course, later in the year, if you buy a year pass, we'll have hockey, basketball, whatever.
Hockey, NBA going full swing,
Yeah, but if you just want the football, there's some early bird passes up. Those prices are good through week 1. I think it's like $6.99 or $7.99. You get a NFL and college football. But if you just want one or the other, we also have that up there as well. So excited, though. Don't forget, though, tune in later in the week. We're going to have NFL preseason. Won't be me, but some of our other Picks and Parlays experts. And then if you stay on for the Power Hour for the next 3 weeks, we'll start to do some look aheads. Probably not next week. Probably that week 3 of the NFL. It's like the preseason is like, no one plays. So we'll start doing some look aheads for NFL week 1 as we break down every NFL game and most of the college football big games as well.
I like it. I appreciate you. And don't forget, when you're over at picksandparlays.net, use that promo code CFL. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. I don't care if you're looking for Craig Trapp or any of our other premium handicappers. Use the promo code. Craig Trapp, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you on the next one. I'm going to kick you on out of here, and then we're going to talk some NFL MVP odds. Take care, buddy. All right, guys. Now, don't forget, before we get into the NFL MVP odds, I want you to don't forget to visit BetMGM. Sportsbook promo over there, up to $1,000 risk-free on your first bet. All you got to do is sign up. Okay, use the promo code MORNING. Follow the link in the description of the video. Take you right to your state-specific site. Also, check us out Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern for the Picks and Parlay Power Hour. Like Craig said, right now we're just going over some overall regular season win totals, some look-ahead stuff for right now. We're going to go over NFL MVP stuff. Maybe some value here. We're going to bring in from Tim Earl from Earl Sports Bets. Tim Earl, how we doing, sir?
Doing good. I kind of looking through that we got preseason coming up for football, and it's the exciting part of the year.
Right around the corner. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's anxious. It's like, I love football. Everybody knows that. Football is my jam, but even baseball, hockey, even the NBA, I'm like, once like preseason, you can taste it. It's like right around the corner. So it's awesome. Tim, man, you got tasked with, in my opinion, probably the hardest segment on this show so far, because there's some reaches, but there's value here. Talk to me about the NFL MVP odds, predictions. Where are you going with this? What are you thinking? Because this is a tricky one. I mean, obviously anything could happen, but some good value here on some stuff. What are you thinking?
Yeah. So when I want to look at MVP and stuff, and anybody can go and say, take Josh Allen or take Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, anybody can go pick those. Those guys are the favorites. What I was trying to look for is players that you're not going to see as much of, or it might be like in a spot where the teams are not, some people are not as high on the teams as I may be. So for this video, I figured I'm going to give out 3 of them, see where they go, and all of them are going to be 20 to 1 or bigger. So the smallest one I'm going to give out, Kyler Murray from the Arizona Cardinals. He's 20 to 1 on the book that I'm looking at, and I feel like Arizona is going to actually have a pretty good season. Everybody's going to be on the Rams. Everybody's going to be on the Niners. I feel like the Arizona Cardinals could be a really, really good spot. So if that's the case, I think Kyler Murray is going to have a good season, especially with rushing yards and everything. We saw some players be able to win MVPs and stuff with rushing yards and being a quarterback. So I think that's a good spot for him. A second spot, and I know that you're gonna like this one. I like Derek Carr at 25 to 1. I'm going to be a lot higher on the Raiders than a lot of people think. And you got to think with that one, that whole division with the Chargers and the Chiefs and the Broncos, that's going to be a pass-heavy division. And you're going to have a lot of high-scoring games and not a lot of defense. So a lot of those games, you could see Carr going for 3-4 touchdowns, 400 yards in those games. And those will add up after a while. And I think that Derek Carr could be a very interesting spot for an MVP. Those are two quarterbacks that I really like. I wanted to go for a non-quarterback position. I know a non-quarterback hasn't won in a while. I'm going Jonathan Taylor from the Indianapolis Colts, and that's at 75 to 1. I think he can definitely have a very solid season, arguably the best running back last year. I know Derrick Henry was out most of the year, but me and my brother are both really high on this Colts team, and if this Colts team goes, say, 13-4, gets the 1 seed in the AFC, the main reason why is because of Jonathan Taylor. They're going to have him, and that offensive line have been absolutely solid. Not to mention they got now a Matt Ryan who's going to call a good game, and their defense is phenomenal. I think the Colts are going to be a really good team this year, and therefore I think Jonathan Taylor would be the main reason why this team is going to be really, really good. So I took a shot at him at 75 to 1. But for MVPs, that's kind of where I was looking for.
I love Jonathan Taylor. He's 23 years old, out of Wisconsin, and Wisconsin just, it's like running back university. And last year, 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, averages 5.5 yards a rush. That offensive line
only got better.
Arguably best in the NFL, in my opinion.
Yep.
And then you put a veteran quarterback behind that line that can manage the game and take some load management off of him so he doesn't have to get burnt out. I love that pick, especially at 75 to 1. I'm not big on the Cardinals, but I see your point and where you're going with that. This Derek Carr pick, I don't hear enough people talking about the Devontae. I mean, I get it. They talk about Devontae Adams coming to the Raiders, but I don't think everybody realizes, college roommates, college teammates. These guys are boys. Like, they're friends. They talk outside of football. They, their family, their kids hang out with it. These guys have a connection, and I think we're going to see some big things out of the Raiders. Last year, Derek Carr, he had I'm looking up his stats right now. 4,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Look for those touchdowns to go up. Look for those yards to go up. I see him throwing for 5,000 plus yards this year and maybe 30 touchdowns. And if he can do that and keep the interceptions down, at 25 to 1, it's good money.
Oh, yeah.
So, well done, sir. Well done on your part. Tell us what you got going on over at Picks and Parlays, my friend.
Well, we're still in the middle of baseball season, CFL, WNBA, all going along. And obviously we got NFL preseason coming up. I think we're about, 19 days away from college football. Lots of stuff going on over at ESB. So really excited for this. This is going to be the busy time of the year come October, November, when everything is in full swing.
Sounds good. All right, and don't forget, when you're over at Picks and Parlays, Earl Sports Bets, looking for Earl Sports Bets or any of our other premium handicappers, use the promo code CFL. That'll save you 20% off the entire site. Don't forget to tune in. Check us out Monday through Friday, Picks and Parlay Power Hour, 3 o'clock Eastern. And other than that, good luck, unless you're against us. Take care, everybody.